Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I am joined by Canadian Yorker, and we are here to talk about the Elimination Chamber 2024 pay per view, which happened last Saturday. So I apologize for the late video. So we're actually recording this on a nice Tuesday night. So, how are you doing tonight, Canadian Yorker?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm doing really well. How
So
about
this will
yourself?
good, good, good. What a great elimination chamber. We have a lot to talk about, and this is going to be our recap video. So we'll just get through with every single match. Just a heads up that there was a match that was added. I had a prediction for that match, but Canadian Yorker didn't because WWE decided to edit it the last second. So let's get started. So the first match was the match that got added. It was the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane defending the Women's Tag Team Championship against Candice LeRae and Indi Hardware. It was a great match. I didn't really watch it. I didn't even think the match existed when they added it. But the Bukuki Warriors easily retained the title after Carly Sane performed an insane elbow on LeRae for the pin. So it kind of, fitting because Indie Hardware is actually from Australia. So I'm kind of happy that she didn't get the pin. So it makes this Candice gets the pin instead of Indy getting pinned in her home country. But the Kabuki Warriors defeats Candice LeRae and Indie Hardware by pinfall. What are your thoughts on this match?
It could have gone down that Candice LeRae and Indy Hardwell would have beaten the Kabuki Warriors. However, I did watch the match from start to finish, and it was a pretty exciting match. There were some kind of instances where, close instances where Indy Hardwell and Candice were in control of the match, and they almost got close to pinning the Kabuki Warriors. However, the Kabuki Warriors definitely used their experience. I was really surprised with Asuka. I mean, Asuka took a lot of punishment, but at the same time, her quick reflexes and reaction time in countering Indy Hardwell and at one point in the match was really amazing to me. I mean, she was quick. She's a really deadly striker. She knows how to use her feet and her hands to handle her opponents. I mean, she was fast, and man, it was a really good match. But the Kabuki Warriors were obviously too much for them. Um, uh, Candice LeRae um, took a lot of punishment as well. Um, it was a really good match. I really liked how everything went out, and Kairi Sane's elbow was the thing that did it in the match and put Candice LeRae away. Um, I mean, they had really good chemistry in that match, and their experience really showed. And I was really impressed with their win. So
Alright, indeed it will. We have to see who can dethrone the Kabuki Warriors moving forward, who they're going to face at WrestleMania. In my own opinion, I think it's going to be Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, but we have to see what happens. Moving on, we got the first Elimination Chamber match. We both had Becky Lynch in this one. So we had Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Tiffany Stratton, and it was a great match. It was kind of expected. A lot of great. Australia loved Tiffany Stratton. They loved Tiffany Stratton's performance. They were chanting her name. Becky Lynch and Naomi started the match. I don't remember the last time Becky Lynch and Naomi faced against each other. Um, so Becky Lynch and Naomi started the match, started things off. Tiffany Stratton exited the pod first, so Tiffany Stratton is the first to come out of the pod, followed by Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and then Bianca. Um, Naomi hit a sunset flip powerbomb on Morgan, but Tiffany Stratton was able to hit a roll up on Tiffany. Tiffany was able to hit a roll up pin on Naomi. So sneaky pin right there by Tiffany, and that eliminates Naomi. I feel bad for Naomi because she kind of just returned, so it sucks. But it was a great strategy by Tiffany. I give her that. By Naomi, but for Naomi, I feel bad. First one out, and she just returned. It just but we all knew she wasn't going to win. So Naomi goes out thanks to Tiffany Stratton. That's the first elimination. And Tiffany Stratton, I love her athleticism. Hits a huge swanton bomb off the top pod onto everyone. But then Stratton, the favorite, was eliminated. Liv Morgan for fourth, the Oblivion on Tiffany Stratton on the top rope. Tiffany Stratton gets eliminated by Liv Morgan, and people were like, bullshit, bullshit. And everyone loves Tiffany Stratton in Australia. So yes, Tiffany Stratton is the next woman to get eliminated by Liv Morgan. So you got Naomi eliminated, and then Tiffany Stratton. Um, um, and then you're left with the rest of the woman, Becky Lynch, trying to hit the disarmor on Rodriguez, and then they at one point all three women tried to, pin Rodriguez, but Rodriguez is just too strong. And then Bianca Belair hits the KOD on was able to hit the KOD on Rodriguez to eliminate her. Yes. Raquel Rodriguez gets eliminated after Bianca Belair hits the KOD, leaving the final three of Liv Morgan, Bianca, and Becky. And it just went back and forth. Bianca tried to hit a KOD on Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch tried to hit a manhandle slam, didn't work out. And Liv Morgan, athletic as she is, hits them with the code breaker. But Bianca Belair tries to hit the KOD on Becky Lynch. It seems like it got it, but Becky Lynch kind of landed on her 2 feet. It seems like after that, Bianca was kind of surprised, kind of got stunned, was kind of unstable. Liv Morgan took advantage of that with a sneak pin. Liv Morgan was able to hit a roll-up pin on Bianca Belair, eliminating Bianca Belair. I'm like, holy shit. And then what Liv Morgan not paying attention, turns around and Becky Lynch hits the manhandle slam on Morgan. Becky Lynch gets the 1-2-3 to eliminate Liv Morgan, and there you go. Becky Lynch wins the Elimination Chamber, and it gives her right to challenge the Women's World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So I was right of the Becky Lynch pick, and you also were right of Becky Lynch winning. So what a match. A lot of high flyers, and Becky Lynch kind of knew that she was going to win. I felt like maybe you were leaning toward Bianca, but Becky Lynch gets the job done, and she earns a spot as the number one contender to the Women's World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. So she will face the Women's World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania at 40. So Becky Lynch is your winner. So what are your thoughts on this match?
I mean, it could have gone either way. We had Liv Morgan Liv Morgan won one of the most Elimination Chamber matches out of all those women. And it's kind of ironic that Liv Morgan is the one that gets pinned by the woman who's never been in any Elimination Chamber matches. I mean, I think that Liv Morgan would have more situational awareness. Actually, I think she celebrated in the moment for a little bit, then she let her guard down, and that's what caused her to actually lose the match after pinning Bianca Belair. I mean, it could have gone either way. It's sad to see Naomi lost basically in her first return ever. Tiffany Stratton, I mean, wow, she really impressed me with her athleticism and her ability to maneuver around the ring. She was interesting, very impressive wrestler. I really think that I mentioned to you before Boone Steele that her and I don't think that she likes Liv Morgan too much. I don't think that they like each other very much, and I just get the feeling that maybe we will see a feud between these two ladies in the future. Bianca. It's sad to see that Bianca lost to Liv Morgan, because right when Becky Lynch did that manhandle slam and pinned pinned her. Bianca, if you notice in the background, Bianca was really upset with the loss at losing and also seeing the chances taken away from her right in front of her in that ring. You know, she wanted that win so bad and she lost. And I think that weighs heavily on her as a competitor. You know, so it's sad to see that happen. Of course, Becky Lynch is the challenger now for Rhea Ripley, and we're gonna have to see how things going forward with her and Rhea Ripley, and it's gonna be things are gonna be really interesting leading up to WrestleMania. So, oh,
Or,
by the way, Liv Morgan's was I mean her counters to Bianca, and she did some really amazing code breaker counters on Liv Morgan. I'm sorry, on Becky Lynch on um, and on Bianca. You know, I mean, she was amazing. Her counters were top, were really good. So
all
she
right.
was countering everybody.
Yeah. All right, moving forward, we got the Judgment Day. We got Finn Balor and Damian Priest defending the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship against the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. This was a great match. You know, it went back and forth. You know, I actually saw at one point Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate was gonna win, but I mean, you know them, but it was obviously Dominic Mysterio running interference. Ugh. Like why? But you know, it was pretty close, you know, and thankfully, actually, Dominic Mysterio got ejected from ringside, so I was happy about that. Like you're out of here. Um, but moving on to the end, it was able to Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate were able to hit a double Tyler driver at 9-1 on Balor for a near fall. I actually thought they were going to win it there. But at the end, it was Priest and Finn Balor that took advantage. Damien Priest was able to hit the double South of Heaven, took them on both Tyler Dunne and Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, sorry. And then Balor was able to hit the coup de grace on Dunne to retain. So the Judgment Day defeats Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne by pinfall to retain the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. So, what are your thoughts of this match?
Yeah, like I think we both knew that Judgment Day was going to win and retain the championship because they got that experience. Obviously, they have the numbers with uh, Dominic Mysterio being there. So, you know, they knew what they were doing. It was a really impressive win. You know, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, they were pretty good, but um, you know, they still have a lot to do in order to counter the Judgment Day and win against them. The Judgment Day has been beaten before, so the Judgment Day is not invincible. You have to be on top of your A game. You have to bring your A game and really beat them at their game uh, in order to get that championship. And they just didn't have it in them to actually beat them. But you know, the Judgment Day are beatable. Um, but they were just a better team that night.
All right, so moving on. We got the men's elimination chamber match where the winner will face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for his World Heavyweight Championship. What a match! I love this match. But oh my God, the interferences in this elimination chamber. So we got Randy Orton, we got Logan Paul, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. So obviously Drew McIntyre and LA Knight started the match. They started things off. Kevin Owens exited the pod first, followed by Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, and then Logan Paul was the last to come out. I feel like the person who comes out last gets the advantage, but who knows? I mean, um, but Bobby Lashley, man, destroyed Logan Paul, sparing him for the chamber, and then hit. I believe he hit Kevin Owens for the chamber as well. Um, but then Drew McIntyre was able to hit Bobby Lashley with two Claymore kicks. The second one he was able to pin, and there you go. Bobby Lashley in disappointment fashion, Bobby Lashley is the first to get eliminated. He gets eliminated by Drew McIntyre. That kind of surprised me. I thought Bobby Lashley was going to put up a fight, but knowing that he hurt his arm, he had an injured arm because Karen Cross hit his arm with a steel chair. Bobby Lashley is the first to go out, following a Claymore kick by Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre gets his first elimination. So there goes Bobby Lashley, the first to go out. Later on, Ellen Knight delivered a BFT on Orton and McIntyre. I thought, oh my god, one of them has got to get eliminated. But when Ellen Knight gets the elimination, he gets screwed by AJ Styles, and I called it. AJ Styles was going to screw Ellen Knight. AJ Styles came through the open door and started hitting Ellen Knight with his steel chair, and then hits the Styles clash on the steel chair. That gives Drew McIntyre another elimination chamber. Ellen Knight gets eliminated thanks to AJ Styles. Drew McIntyre was able to try to hit the Claymore on Owens, but Owens countered with a pop-up powerbomb. Kevin Owens missed the pop-up powerbomb on Orton. Orton was able to hit a RKO on Owens, and Owens gets eliminated thanks to the RKO. Randy Orton gets the next elimination, eliminating Kevin Owens, leaving the last three men of Randy Orton, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre. I'm like, is Logan actually going to do that? Don't tell me. But then Logan Paul introduces the brass knuckles. He thinks he's all shit, and what you know, I hope he learned his lesson. Don't turn your back on the legend killer. Randy Orton out of nowhere hits the RKO on Logan Paul, eliminating him, and down to two men who have so much history. The last two, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. They went back and forth. You know, Randy Orton did injure his back in this match. He had a issue with his lower back. I think it was a DDT on Kevin Owens, yes. And then his back just started having issues after that. And Drew McIntyre was just standing there laughing. He's like, I'm going to win. Orton's back is injured or whatever. But out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits the RKO. And we're like, oh my god, is Randy actually going to win this? But what you know, when he turns around, Logan Paul is there waiting for him with the brass knuckles, hitting and knocking out Randy Orton. And then what you know, it's like, oh my god, not like this. Drew McIntyre takes advantage, pins Orton, gets the win. Drew McIntyre is heading to WrestleMania to face Seth Rollins in a round 3 matchup at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. And wow, my prediction went well, but oh my god, I don't want to see another Drew versus Seth. So I hope like maybe Sammy gets added to the mix, but oh my god, I mean it was bound to happen. So Drew McIntyre will officially face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship. We just have to see what happens. I'm gonna hate this matchup, I'm telling you. But what are your thoughts on this men's elimination chamber match?
It's a damn shame. I picked Randy. It's a damn shame what happened to Randy Orton. Shame on Logan Paul for hitting his brass knuckles and striking Randy out cold. Using brass knuckles as that's his go-to MO. That's his MO. Using his brass knuckles. That's to knock out Randy Orton and to give Drew McIntyre the chance to go to WrestleMania. When it was Randy's chance to go to WrestleMania. That's a shame. Kevin Owens should not have been the one. Kevin Owens should have been the one to pin Logan Paul and get him out. That was Kevin Owens. But now Randy Orton Logan Paul is going to face the ire, the fire, the vengeance, the full wrath of Randy Orton is going to be directed towards him for costing him this WrestleMania, this chance at WrestleMania. This he has what, a 14-time world champion, and Logan Paul only won one little U.S. championship. He won his U.S. title. That's all he has. He hasn't even been in the ring that long. I mean, come on, guy, come on. Like I said, I've always said it. I say it again. Logan Paul is not a true wrestler, and by him by him throwing his cheap shot. He's throwing his cheap shot. He's proving that he is a sore loser. He is a sore loser. Just like AJ Styles. AJ Styles attacking LA Knight after I mean, he was about to win too. But that shows the difference in AJ Styles' attack and Logan Paul's attack. AJ Styles attacked because he has a reason to attack. He has a reason to attack because because LA Knight took his spot from John. He took his spot as and helped John Cena fight against the Bloodline. But now Randy Orton, Logan Paul just attacked him for no reason, you know, because he lost, because he's a sore loser. And
They're probably
I
gonna
mean, I feel
build.
bad for
They're probably gonna build up to Randy Orton versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania for the U.S. title.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel for Bobby Lashley. I mean, Bobby Lashley took out Kevin Owens and Logan Paul in the same length, and I mean, the way how he took out Kevin Owens, he just threw him into the pod like it was nothing, and then just collapsed.
imagine if it was Logan Paul that eliminates Kevin Owens. How would you feel about that?
I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that. But he got eliminated by Randy Orton of all people. But he was just standing there like for 15 to 30 seconds. Is just standing there looking at his wrestling like it was like when he won the WWE champions and going ooh, ooh, like this. That's when he was taking his fist and going ooh, and then he wasn't even no situational awareness whatsoever. Just going ooh, and then after that, boom, this disaster struck. He got RKO'd by Randy Orton.
Yeah,
He wasn't even paying attention.
Imagine if Logan Paul kicked out of the RKO though.
Well, he kicked out, of course. Okay, but he was out cold. He was out cold. That man was served a dish.
Yeah, Randy Orton definitely is gonna call out Logan Paul in this Friday night SmackDown.
Oh, we know Randy Orton has to call out Logan Paul after knocking him out.
LA Knight's gonna call out AJ Styles.
Of course, he has to call.
That's gonna be the two matches. That's gonna be the two matches at WrestleMania. Randy versus Logan, and then AJ versus LA Knight. It's got to be.
I mean, the biggest thing for me was really seeing Bobby Lashley spear Logan Paul. Well, actually, first thing
Bobby Lashley has unfinished business with Bobby Lashley has unfinished business with Karrion Kross. So I wouldn't be surprised if they book Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross at WrestleMania.
Yes, we need to see that. we have to see that happen. I mean, that's going to be really interesting. So I just want to say this: before Logan Paul came out, I thought it was really funny that
Kevin Owens just
Logan Paul's turn. Kevin Owens himself on, and he's just beating the crap out of Logan Paul. That was hilarious. Yeah. And Logan Paul didn't do anything. He was trapped in there. That was hilarious. And then I mean, he got beat down in the pot. He just kept going at it. Like I said, man, Logan Paul's not gonna do anything because Kevin Owens is that. He couldn't do anything. It was hilarious. And the second thing is that Bobby Lashley speared. He's just took Logan's soul and he speared him through the pod. Like just speared him and took him out like completely. I mean that was brutal. But man, Logan Paul was put through some serious punishment.
Logan Paul should have at least had like one elimination.
No way. He doesn't deserve it.
All right. Moving on to the final match. It's the main event. We got Rhea Ripley defending the Women's World Championship against Nia Jax. And this is an interesting fact. I actually didn't know, but Nia Jax was born in Australia. So they said that two women with Australian native going at it. But I just think that Nia Jax was born in Australia, but she spent most of her time in San Diego. Nia Jax is actually from San Diego, but she was born in Australia. So that I didn't know. So me saying that, Rhea Ripley defending in front of her home country. I can probably say the same as Nia Jax, but it looks like Australia didn't like her. So, so, but anyways, talking about this match, this was just a brutal match, and like Nia Jax or not, hate Nia Jax or not, but you gotta give Nia Jax props for her performance. Like, oh my god, and Rhea Ripley even said it after a post match interview. It was probably the toughest match that Rhea Ripley has ever been through. You know, it looked like Nia Jax was dominating. Nia Jax was completely dominating in this match. Hate her or not, you got to give her props. That what a performance by Nia Jax. At one point, it just seems like Rhea Ripley was in trouble. Nia Jax being an asshole, taunting Rhea Ripley in front of her family. At one point, she did the Samoan drop on Rhea Ripley on the announce table. It just didn't look good for Rhea Ripley. I was like, oh my god, is Nia Jax actually going to win? And Nia Jax actually hit her finisher at one point. She actually hit the Annihilator on Ripley on the top rope. And I'm just like, oh my god, how did Rhea Ripley kick out of that? That's just, even Nia Jax was surprised too. But just what a performance by Nia Jax. Hater, all you want, but you can't take anything from Nia Jax. What a performance. But Rhea Ripley was able to hit a huge superplex. And then, this is what I've been talking about. Can Rhea Ripley hit the Riptide and Nia Jax? What do you know? Rhea Ripley was able to hit a Riptide on Nia Jax. It wasn't big, but it worked. You know, knowing that Nia Jax is heavy, you know, all the Riptides that Rhea Ripley does is like she does the powerbomb from all the way up here, but when she did the riptide on Nia Jax, it was like not so high of a throw in the air. It was only halfway. So I guess that counts. But Rhea Ripley was able to hit a riptide on Nia Jax, gets the 1-2-3. Rhea Ripley successfully defends the title against Nia Jax, and she celebrates with her family. What a main event. What are your thoughts on this match?
I mean, of course, Rhea Ripley is going to struggle against Nia Jax. He's a bigger, stronger, better opponent um, than Nia Jax. We have been talking about this for months, over the past couple of months, about how how is Rhea Ripley going to beat Nia Jax? How is she going to defend? How is she going to win against her? And obviously, she's not going to be an easy opponent for her. But for her to get this win against Nia Jax, it's not every day that there's somebody that can beat Nia Jax. She don't even get to see her lose. She obviously dominates her opponents more than she wins against them. So, and she loses against them. So it is an impressive win. I cannot deny it. It is her toughest opponent so far to date, other than Raquel Rodriguez, who she beat. But yeah, I mean, it was a really impressive win.
All right, and I know that you want to give props to Nia Jax. Like I said, hate her or not, you got to give her props in this match.
I
I
will
mean,
say I will give her.
at one point, like you literally thought Nia Jax was gonna win off of that annihilator on Rhea, but somehow Rhea kicked out. I'm like, what the hell? No one has. I don't think anyone has ever kicked out an annihilator like before. Like they just like stayed down after that. Like,
I will admit this. I will admit that yes, she she definitely gave Rhea a run for her money, and he definitely put her to the test. And
there you
I mean,
go.
she put her everything into it. I don't like her as a wrestler because she definitely intends to injure her opponents. I'll give her props for this time. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. All right. I'm an honest guy. I'll be honest about it. She did what she had to do. She tried her best to win against the best, but it wasn't enough. So
All right, so that will do it for Elimination Chamber. What Elimination Chamber pay-per-view that we have. And now that Elimination Chamber is over, we are now on the road to WrestleMania. That's finally come, so WrestleMania is just around the corner, so I can't wait to do my prediction videos. I have so many, emotions and thoughts about these matches that's going to happen at WrestleMania. So hopefully Canadian Yorker will be with me at the time so he can hear my thoughts. But it's announced that it's going to be Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. And like I said before, I've been waiting for this match to happen, and we're finally at that spot. After months of teasing of this feud, it has finally happened. We're going to get Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. It's going to be a banger of a match. And then now Drew won the Elimination Chamber. We got Drew McIntyre challenging Seth Rollins once again for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. We have to see how it goes and how Damien Priest cashing in his Money in the Bank works. So I can't wait to share my predictions with you guys, but it's early. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of bangers. And we also have the Bailey versus IYO Sky for the other championship. And then Roman and Cody. So a lot of bangers and dream matches that we all been waiting for. So yes. And in terms of grading of this pay per view, I give this an A minus. I love this pay per view, and I know like, oh, how can you give it an A minus because there was only like 4 matches? I give it to the A minus because of the elimination chamber matches. Those were awesome. I thought maybe I thought the performance by Rhea Ripley was amazing. Nia Jax, obviously. So I give this show an A minus. How about you?
I will also give it an A. Um, I'm going to give it an A. The matches were amazing. They were really good matches. Kabuki Warriors, Women's Elimination Chamber. Um, the two interferences in the men's elimination chamber were they kind of put a damper on things. But at the same time, there was some really good matches in the men's elimination chamber, which was great. And the final, the coup de grace, or Judgment Day defending their title was really good. Along with the final match, Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax, both competitors gave it their all. It was really great to see that happen. So I gotta say, I'm definitely giving this an A as as a one of the top matches for Elimination Chamber.
All right, so that would do it for our Elimination Chamber recap and reaction video. My name is Bruin Steel. If you guys haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't checked out
Mm-hmm.
my friend Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel, his YouTube link will be in the description. And we will be back tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw broadcast. We're a little late on these broadcasts, but it's fine. We were both kind of busy, so we would have the Monday Night Raw broadcast for you guys tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday night. And this is Bruin Steel checking out, and this is Canadian Yorker. Hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast, and see you guys later. Any last second things you want to say?
Nope. No more. No other things to say.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.